There's something I just don't get.
What is it?
The crown contest itself has always gone ahead as planned, right? In which case, the current sovereign of Rena should be whoever it was that won the previous contest.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So, who was it then?
Hanfried Milgras, the former lord of Cislodia, if memory serves.
So then this Hanfried whatchamacallem, he's the current ruler of Rena?
The last I heard, yes. Though, admittedly, I haven't actually seen him since the end of the previous contest.
You're saying that ever since becoming sovereign, he's never actually shown himself on Lenegus?
I guess over holocom maybe, but not in the flesh. Same thing goes for the sovereign that came before him.
Now that you mention it, I don't recall anyone ever visiting Lenegus from the motherland, sovereign or otherwise.
And that never struck you as a little bit odd?
When you live here, it's as if you're conditioned not to notice all these strange quirks and discrepancies. The question is then, by whom? And to what end?
A new Renis Alma is supposedly created to coincide with every crown contest, meaning each victor is awarded their very own. In other words, if that's true, there should be as many of the things out there as there have been contests.
True, but going on what we witnessed in Pelagian, it didn't look like the sort of thing that could be made to order. But if even the victor's speeches have been part of some grand deception, then where are they? Quite frankly, I'm not even sure what to believe anymore.
You and me both. Though we are Renin by blood, neither of us even knew that such a thing as a Dark Master Core existed, remember?
With any luck, the Forbidden Zone might give us some answers.
No use standing around here chatting about it then. Let's get a move on.
Doe?
Faria.
Varia? Isn't that the person that Avakir guy was—
But why are you here? Wait, don't tell me you've given up on the crown contest and come crawling back home from Dana already. Nothing to say? Even though you were willing to kill Tarnigan to secure your position as Lord, you still—
Kill?
I'm here to take care of something. If you wish to continue this conversation, I only ask that you wait until I'm finished.
Oh, of course. You always did prefer to take the coward's way out. Even after 7 years and living on that Danon rock, you haven't changed one bit. But let me tell you, I haven't changed either. Not a day's gone by the past 7 years that I haven't hated you.
If killing me will bring you peace, then so be it.
Dohalim, what the hell are you saying?
First, I have business to take care of. If it's vengeance you seek, I will grant you it. But you must wait. My sins are legion. Let me finish what I came to do. Then you have my word. I will let you do whatever brings you peace.
Sure, that's it. Run away like always. You don't even have the courage to die. No wonder you leave it to someone else. You're just a coward!
Dohalim.
I apologize that you had to witness that.
Is it true? What she said about you killing someone?
Each of us have our pasts. I am no exception.
Before, back in Menancia, you mentioned having taken a friend's life over the throne. Is that what she meant?
The mistakes I made there were not my first, and may not be my last. I will say no more.
Did you mean what you said? About letting her take your life if she wanted to?
She has more right to my life than anyone.
But you can't just...
Whatever happens, I have sworn to put an end to the crown contest and to ensure continued coexistence in Menancia. I have no intention of expiring before I do so. There are far too many questions I still seek answers to. Besides, you have just as much reason to kill me as she does.
Dohalim!
Forgive me. Some things are best left unsaid.
Wow, this place is beautiful!
Yeah, it must be some sort of rest and leisure area for the locals.
You think? Man, these Renan sure know how to live it up, don't they?
Is something the matter, Dohalim?
Before I went down to Dana, my friends and I, we used to gather at this very spot and play music together. Avakir, Faria, and Tarnagan. That was a lifetime ago now.
Tarnagan. He was the one that Faria mentioned, right?
He was once my dearest, closest friend. As well as Faria's betrothed. Despite Faria's lower-class upbringing, she possesses a tremendous talent for music. Entranced by her playing, I helped her overcome her sense of inferiority and introduced her to Tarnagan and Avakir. It was a time of great joy. 4 people bound only by their love of music, with no care for social standing. Only the next song, the next melody.
A friendship based on mutual respect, and a society where everyone is a prisoner to their social class. You really are different, Dohalim.
I suppose it's natural you would see it as strange.
I would have, once. Now, I think the idea of breaking away from society's constraints and choosing your friends based solely on affection is something beautiful that's worth cherishing. Besides, it was that way of looking at the world that laid the foundations for coexistence in Menancia.
Your praise does me too great an honor. I was merely following the wishes of my own heart. And even then, it only lasted until the crown contest began. After that, Tarnagan and I became fierce competitors for the position of Lord. Tarnagan had fallen for Faria. By becoming Lord, he aimed to wrest her from her humble origins and raise her to the highest echelons of society. But fate was not so benevolent.
What happened?
Tarnagan was no match for me in combat. On a level playing field, he wouldn't have stood a chance. But he was desperate and low on options, and he couldn't stand the thought of defeat.
You mean he resorted to dirty tactics to try to win, right? But then why does Faria think... Wait, don't tell me she doesn't know.
How could I tell her? Combined with the trauma of losing her beloved, and by her friend's hand, no less, she would have been devastated.
So instead you let her go on hating you, so she could use that hate as a crutch for her grief?
That's not the same as running away, though.
It is exactly the same. Unable to face the loss of my friend and the burden of my duty, instead I decried my fate and looked away from what I'd done. As for what happened after, that you already know.
But if you hadn't become Lord, Menancia wouldn't be what it is now. The Danans there would still be suffering under Renan oppression like before.
Shion's right. What other lord would have treated me as you did? Anyone else and I would have been dead long ago. You've saved so many people, Dohalim. You saved me. It's thanks to you that I'm here today. So, Try not to blame yourself. The burden you've placed on your own shoulders is too much for anyone to bear.
Frank as always. But I shall do my best to heed your advice.
Do you think he'll be all right?
Yeah, I think so. He's got Kisara.
It's important to have someone like that.
I didn't realize how difficult it is just to be there for someone.
Sometimes just knowing someone's on your side can be enough. And he knows, Xion. I promise he does.
I hope you're right. Alphen,
Yeah?
I never appreciated until recently just how much you were always there to support me.
It goes both ways. You've helped me keep going more times than I can count.
Maybe, but I still wanted to say thank you.
I see a medic and supply officer over there. If they know you're with me, they'll likely offer their assistance.
You can never be too prepared. But did we have to spend so much?
This came out so good. I almost hate having to eat it.
Damn it! Lenegis soldiers!
Any way we can avoid fighting them?
That all depends on them. Whatever happens, be ready.
Well, so much for them not wanting to fight.
Ho! I am Lord Dohalim of Elder Menancia. I command you.
Threats to the city must be erased.
No. Have they been brainwashed too?
Brainwashed or not, if they want to fight, they got one.
It's almost too strong. Be my guest.
Fire support!
Dragon Swarm!
Swallow
Debut performance.
Try this!
Raging Luna Storm.
You're mine! Shut up!
Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
None shall escape my judgment.
Take this! It's over!
Debut performance.
Glacial Spear. Pierce evil. Tempest Whirl. Graviton Flight.
Those soldiers seem different from the citizens we've come across so far.
Yeah, they weren't big talkers, that's for sure. They just attacked without warning.
They weren't in the least bit fazed by Dohalim's presence either.
Indeed. They seem to recognize us as enemies, nothing more. And yet, traditionally, Lenegis hasn't been high on threats. A few frenzied Zeugles during experiments here and there, but not much else.
Their glazed-over eyes reminded me of the soldiers and slaves we met back in Ganath Haros. The ones in blind devotion to Volron.
I've never seen anything like that here on Lenegis before.
Maybe someone doesn't want us here, and the soldiers are their way of letting us know.
What with the Red Woman, the Sovereign, and Volron, we're starting to develop quite the growing list of adversaries. At least we'll know to keep our wits about us.
No choice!
Illuminate the dark!
Azure Storm!
A new melody!
Lunar corruption!
Eternal devastation! I'm not done! Last
These ones
shot!
can run rings around us!
Here I come! You're finished! Lunar Rondo!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
Searing flame!
Not a chance!
Let's give it a
You're
whirl!
mine! How dare you! Too fast!
Stand back! I'll trip it up.
You're mine! It's over!
Rotating
Hurrah! Take this!
Do it!
My turn!
Could have been worse.
Gotta break through! Last shot! It's over! Time to cross blade! Here I come! It's over!
Now you see what I can do!
Burn in hell! I'm not done!
Dance on the
Dragon
wind!
Swarm! Eternal devastation!
Lunar corruption! Where that came from! Like Lunar raging
Explosive ring!
Blah 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 magic!
My turn!
Sleep now!
It's over!
I'll be saving you! First aid! Raging storm! More
Resonate with the
Lunar
earth!
corruption!
Flash Stalagmite!
Here's the metal!
Order's being interrupted.
Magic
Last
sword!
shock!
Here, let me help! Hey,
Searing
first
gale!
aid! This is a win!
Catapult!
Air thrust! Light after
Dragon
magic
Swarm!
advance!
Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno!
A wall to
Better!
shield from
Anything in
calamity.
armor! This one's mine!
A debut performance.
Thunderblade!
This one keeps charging us!
That's what my shield's for. Get behind me.
Got it! I'll leave it to you! It's over! Now! Here I come! It's over! Eternal devastation!
Light after light!
Try this!
Raging
Infernal disc catapult! You're my
Blah blah blah!
Hallucination fury! Take it! I'm not...
First aid!
Not today!
Flame! Reload!
You're mine!
Now!
No escape!
Demon's Descent!
Flashing Fang! That'll teach us for getting cocky.
Discourteous son.
Take this! You're finished!
Anything in armor is all mine.
Can't let the teacher consume me!
Oh my lord!
Dance on the wind. Leave the ensnaring to me.
Yeah! Fire support!
Leave the charges to me.
Searing flame!
You're finished! Dragon Swarm!
First aid! Magic advance! Crossblade! I'm only getting started!
It's all mine! It's over!
Gemini Aqua!
Dance on the wind.
Do it!
Blade!
Go for it!
Prepare to crumble.
Raging Cascade!
I'll
Take
face
this!
you.
Seal!
It's over!
Tornado for the sun!
Armor won't save you!
Like the old...
Detonation! Supernova!
Eat this!
I'm all stuffed up! Annihilation!
We're not finished! Escape!
Flame of Air thrust!
Fury!
Magic advance!
Dragon Swarm!
Do it! Holy Land!
Small, but a victory nonetheless.
We have a long way yet to go.
Let's see what you've got.
Now you'll learn!
Can you take it? Take this.
Swallow Blade!
Blazing storm!
Infernal Torrent! Take this! I won't show you any mercy! You've got spirit! Come on! It's over! Lunar Rondo!
Ready and quick!
Here's the evil!
You're mine! You're finished!
Freeze laser!
Orochi's Fury! Dragon Swarm!
Glacial Spear! Here's the evil!
It's on!
Freeze laser! Sealed!
Crush!
Here I go!
You're mine!
Mega Ray! Do it!
Eternal Double Leap! In an instant! Impact Block!
I wonder if we can make new weapons with this.
Those soldiers don't seem to have any qualms about attacking on sight.
Is someone...
Little help! Lightning!
You can't get out of this!
I never miss!
As if the normal creepy crawlies aren't disgusting enough.
Into the shadows! Terminate
Eternal
Thunder!
Devastation!
Mega Ray!
You're mine! It's over!
Resonate with the earth!
Another
Another incantation ruined!
You're mine! Thanks!
Confiscated! None shall escape my
Try
judgment!
this! Infernal Torment!
Raging Storm!
You're mine! You're finished! It's on!
I'll grind you into dust!
Thunderblade!
You're mine!
Illuminate the dark! Magic is there!
Stardust! Lunarongo!
Mega Ray! This one's mine!
Clear for us a path!
Lightning! This world!
Onslaught Serpent!
Swallow Blade!
You're mine!
Fury!
Here's another! Hope this works!
Azure Storm!
Here, let me help!
Engulf you!
You're mine! It's over! Eternal Devastation!
Blood!
Rending you apart!
Bloody howling!
You picked the wrong fight!
Here, let me help!
It's over!
Bathed in blood!
Divine
Rending
Streak!
you apart!
Lunar
Bloody
Corruption!
howling!
You're
If
finished!
it's in the sky, it's mine!
Stardust!
Negative gate!
Lunar
Try harder!
Corruption! Lunar Blast!
Dragon Swarm!
Gemini Radiant!
Infernal Torrent!
Just what the doctor ordered!
Try
Here,
this!
my blackened blade!
Infernal Torrent!
Birthday!
Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno!
Here's the
Double
healing
Leap!
arc!
In an instant! Impact Block!
These bad guys really don't mess around.
No choice!
Here's a healing arc! Light
Review
energy!
performance!
None? Where are you going?
Anything in armor is all mine!
Your reflexes will not serve you well here.
Lightning Birthday!
Eternal Devastation!
Thunderblade!
Take this!
Illuminate the dark! Magic is there! Holy Light! Here, let
It's
me help!
over!
Birthday!
You're mine!
Nothing gets by me! By the power
You're
of love!
mine! You're finished!
Shining
Lunarongo!
Light
Mirage!
Illuminate the dark!
Azure Storm!
Lunar Blast!
Blood! Rending
Azure
you
Storm!
apart! Another incantation
Here's a
ruined!
healing arc!
Can't get out of this!
You picked the wrong fight!
I'll grind you
You're
into
mine!
dust!
Lunar Corruption!
It's over!
Air Thrust! Do it!
Swallow Blade!
This one's got your name on it!
Ashes to ashes!
Here, let me help!
My
Pride
best.
and Rend!
No escape! Dragon Swarm! Swallow Blade! Crush!
Tempest!
Gemini Aqua!
Cosmic
I'm not
rupture!
done!
Can't
let
get
me
out of
help. Do
this! Ringwell! Light burst forth!
Radiant Denison!
I know fine weapon material when I see it.
Let's see what you've got.
Bring him down!
Resonate with the earth!
Here I come! You're finished!
Radiant Look here! How long are we gonna keep this up for exactly?
Crush!
Mega Ray! Lightning Raging Cat
Raging Lunar Storm!
Sealed! I'll be saving this one!
This one's all mine! Infernal Torrent! Here I come! Dragon Swarm! Plasma Shock!
Here's the eagle!
Here I come!
Do it! Astral energy!
Say no more!
No chance!
Begin!
I'm not done!
Let me help! First aid!
Hey!
Blow them away!
Nice. No scratches on my shield or my armor.
Gotta break through! I see what
They blade!
You're mine! You're
You think that shield will save you? Lightning orb! Fire in the wind! Weak now!
Sending you a bloody howling!
I'll
smash you!
I'm all stopped up!
You picked the wrong fight!
Lightning orb!
It's over!
Dragon
Swarm!
Magic is in! Holy Land! Lunar corruption!
Overboard!
Ready to go!
No escape! Plasma Shock! Here I come! You're finished!
In here!
Stardust!
Lightning Turning strike!
Mirage! Try harder! My turn!
Field!
Seismic rupture!
Eternal devastation! Dragon Swarm!
You're
mine! You're finished! This one's all mine! Take this! It's over!
Negative gate! Take this!
Take this! It's over! Lunar Rondo!
I'll grind you into dust!
Strike!
Deity!
Dragon Swarm! Azure Storm! Orochi's Fury! Here I come! It's over!
Now! Law! Get toasty!
Burn strike!
I've been doing really great lately.
This must be it. The entrance to the Forbidden Zone.
But it's just a wall. How do we get through?
Whoa, we? I thought this was Sovereigns only.
Alphen.
Yes! It opened!
Interesting. If Alphen's presence still opens the way, it would seem the Sovereign of 3 centuries ago and now are considered one and the same.
What?
What the?
Alphen.
You again.
Tomorrow's the spirit channeling ceremony. We'll finally play our parts as the Sovereign and Maiden. How have you been feeling?
What am I sovereign of? Shuffled from lab to lab, always treated like an experiment. Whenever they look at me, all they see is a Danon. I don't even know what their precious ceremony's for. Let alone what they're going to force me to do as the Sovereign. Tell me, if we're both in the same boat, why do you seem so calm right now?
No choice. Becoming the Maiden's not something I wanted for myself. But they said Rena's prosperity depended on it. How could I say no after that?
Still, as a Renin, at least you got to decide. Good for you. Meanwhile, I was taken from my homeland. You aren't the captive one here.
It isn't right what they did to you, and I'm sorry for what it's worth. When this is over, I swear I'll help you get home. I can't do this alone. One more day.
How could I say no to that? It's not like I have any choice in the matter anyway. So, what's your name?
It's Naori. Naori Imaris. Try to remember this time.
You don't act like them. Like the other Renins, I mean. How come you treat me like a person?
Because you are. It's true we come from different worlds. But neither one of us asked to be here right now. In that sense, you and I are much the same. We couldn't do this. We wouldn't be able to talk to each other as people if we didn't see the humanity in each other. So I suppose the question you should be asking is, why wouldn't I treat you like one?
You're not like the others.
Maybe they're not like me.
Here's what we'll do. We give them their damn ceremony. You get me to Dana. That'll be the end of it. I'm taking you at your word on this. I'm trusting you, not them. Naori.
What the hell just happened?
That vision. Did everyone else see it too?
That person Alphen was speaking to. She looked exactly like Shion.
It was Naori. Naori Imaris. Isn't that right?
Yeah, that's right.
She really does look like Shion. I'm beginning to see why Alphen was so confused.
That's all very well and fine, but what did we just witness exactly? It was too real to be a mere hallucination.
It was a conversation we had 300 years ago. The night before the ceremony.
You mean all of that really happened? We just saw an episode straight out of your past?
But how is that even possible? Unless... Could this be the Red Woman's handiwork too?
No, I don't think so.
Why not?
You guys didn't feel it? The moment the entrance opened, it was like a stream of Danon astral energy rushing over us.
I felt it too. And not for the first time either. It was the same sensation as back inside the wedge.
That would make sense. After all, vast amounts of Dana's astral energy were being siphoned and sent up here to Lenegus. For all we know, perhaps we're close to the spot where all that energy was stored.
So you think it might have been the energy itself that was responsible for that vision we just saw? But how? And why?
We have no way of knowing. Maybe it's not even as deliberate as all that.
Shion, you okay?
Yeah. It was all just a little sudden. That's all. So that was my ancestor, huh? It was like looking into a mirror.
Yeah, there certainly is a resemblance.
What about you? How are you holding up?
Me?
Even putting aside the question of where that vision came from, it's likely we'll see more of those. Reliving painful episodes from your past. Do you think you can handle it?
I can't just pretend like the past never happened. Besides, if it helps us uncover the truth of what that ceremony really was, it might also lead to answers about your thorns.
Alphen.
That's not all. This whole time, we've been fighting to free Dana from the Renins. But now that we're here, it seems those same Renins might have it just as bad. I'd like to liberate them too if I can. Which is just another reason I can't afford to shield my eyes from the truth.
Whether you're on Dana or somewhere else, you always stay the same. Your indignation and righteous passion, your desire to free and protect, they're all hardwired into you. Not that I'm complaining. Come on, Let's bust this thing wide open.
Nobody's here.
Stay sharp. After that last illusion, there's no telling what could happen in here.